Dimensius P1. Here we go. So we're just going to go over P1 here. So we hopefully see this get sort of this into our mind and going on. Good news is our tank isn't missing it anymore in the next coming weeks, so we'll be able to practice regularly as we always will. And I'll just sort of go through. There's a Dratnos video. I'll link that, and I'll link the Northern Skyco as well. The Dratnos video is super informative and will give you tons of tips and tricks that will go through it. And I'm just going to hit on the basic stuff because his video here is an hour and 8 minutes that I'm going to watch on 1.5 to 2 times speed. And I just want to give you like the TLDR of this fight on Mythic from the Northern Sky POV, just because we use their pack, and that'll be the easiest thing for us to realize. So going across, this fight starts the same as Heroic, except there's 6 adds. These bars you'll be able to track. Pretty much the way it works is when you kill one of the adds, it starts a cast that's 8 seconds long. Let me see if that has been nerfed. It might have been nerfed. It has not. So it does start a cast that is 8 seconds long, and if that cast gets off, all the adds are healed back to full. And I believe that is for both sides. So if this 54% one died first, it would start a cast. If it got off, all the other adds, including itself, would go back to full health, and that would obviously be not good. So we're going to be splitting our damage, right? Rule of thumb that from Tritons video is that if your incidental cleave hits the boss and the adds, that's great. You just do that. You're not really in any rush to kill these ones. If your incidental cleave does not do that, then you'll want to hit the ad that is the farthest away from the boss and then work your way forward, if that makes sense, right? That's sort of how it works. So that's pretty simple. And then there's Devour. So this first set, you need all the ads. Each ad drops. They called them hamburgers, so I'll call them that to stay consistent with the video. They call them hamburgers. Each one drops a hamburger, so you have to pick up the hamburger. You need all 6 players in the middle, right, to not get sucked off down the middle. There's a debuff on the boss. We can probably see it right here on the Dratnos video right here. It is, let me rewind a little bit. This here, the 8, means they need 8 people stacked up total, okay? So we just meet in the middle, and we just do the first one pretty natty. The main thing is if you spawn a purple puddle in a spot, we'll move into it like it's nice and close. If you spawn it really far away, the way you despawn this purple puddle is the 2 people who spawned it together, or anyone with a hamburger camping the puddle, and it goes away. So if you spawned it early over here, you would just continue walking, then spawn it here. If it spawns on an off angle like here, we just use the off angle. I'll probably use the 2 markers that Dratnos did at the start just for, to see how that works, although we don't really do anything on the markers. This first sec, you can, if you have something like Transcendence, you can use it every time. DKs with their OP stuff can use their stuff every time. Hunters can use Disengage every time. Other stuff, you can't use it every time depending on your set, so just know your spec, and you'll save it for the 2nd and the 4th one. Although, yeah, we do, I think we do get a 4th one, so you definitely use it on the 2nd one. Maybe you just get 3, I can't remember. Anyway, more ads, right? So 2 ads, 4 ads spawn here, same thing. They all have that at the same time for both sides within 8 seconds of each other. Pretty much the way it works is if this says, let's see his turn, his POV again after the spread. Tanks you drop here, and then melee will help here as well. This one's minus 11%, so it's ahead of everyone else, right? So it's 11% ahead, so you just have to watch it. But then you have 8 seconds to kill the others. Drop poop, obviously on the other side, same as Heroic. There's not really specific positions. You're just going to use the most editors and work your way in. And then you have hamburgers out. So I believe this first one only drops 2. Let's see if I can see it from his POV. It may not be great. Yeah, it does only drop 2, so it doesn't really matter. You just put the 2 in here. The rule is that if you get a hamburger on you, is that you cannot get the knockup mechanic. So our healers will be prioed to pick up the balls first. With this set, healers can easily pick it up first. I think no problem. Yeah. No problem. There is some overlaps. It might be with the first one. We'll see it on our first pull where if there's a chance that you get the circle, you pick up a hamburger, then you have both. That's really bad. We don't want to do that. So sometimes we have to wait to pick up the suck down hamburger for the circles to come out. And that definitely happens on the 2nd set. Anyway, there's just 2 here. Doesn't matter. And then it's same as Heroic. You're going to switch your sides. We're just doing damage. There's a tank knock happening. Bang. Same thing. Now there's 4 ads, so 2 more, right? Now you'll notice that there's tanks up at the front and melee players at the front. We'll be consistent with this as well. This will be DKs and stuff who don't get knocked off, right? Who can ignore the big knockback, and they will kill masses. And then the circles will come out, and then see. So this one here, it's hard to see. We can see it a little bit more in Dratnos' video, I believe. Is that when that living thing spawns? So when that big circle spawns, same as Heroica does a lot of damage. We have to stand in it and soak it. The key is we will kill these ads while we're soaking, and so the hamburgers here on this set will just end up staying on the ground for a second while you continue to soak. And we are in no real rush to pick them up. So there will be people assigned to pick them up for this set. And they can actually go out and pick them up, but we need enough people to stay in the circle to where we're all soaking it. So, and then the circles come out for drop. You do have a couple seconds to sit here in the circle and continue to soak before you have to make it back to the spot at the back of the platform. We will use the same spot in the Dratnos video, which we can see here on the next set.
Hour 3 is a raid wipe. This
oh, sorry, I'm a little bit ahead of where I want to be. They're going to go right back here. They're going to make a nice little thing here. So the thing is, you have to Venn diagram these. And the reason being is the two in the back need to be Venn diagrammed like so. And the reason being is everyone will get in this first one and suck them down. And the second ones, as they get closer to the bosses, the circles get closer together. So you have to be right in the middle to suck down both these players at the same time. If you do not do this properly, we cannot suck everyone down 1, 2, 3. It has to be all together and then all together, the last two together. If we don't do that, there's not enough time. If we do that, there is more than enough time. And that's kind of that. So this Devour Scary has a big debuff, so we all need to meet in the middle. We will have 2 locks this. We will just gate to the middle. We'll meet and stand in the purple safe all together. We need to have all 8 of us, I believe it is there. And that's it. And we have another knock. So this is the 3rd set of ads. And this one we are doing normally, I believe. Yeah, so you see they're going to soak this, right? It's a big soak. Even though there's hamburgers in, they're kind of waiting to pick them up, making sure those come out first, and then picking up. He's going to help his players and pick this up and suck them down. Perfect. And that was 2 ads and 2 circles, so that one's pretty easy. And this set here on this last set is the one we're going to beat, and it'll be the same as here. In their video, they said they wanted to push around 250. It looks like Northern Sky didn't give a shit and just pushed right away. We'll see if they hold here. It does not look like it. So they pushed around, I don't know, it's about 250. So they might be holding here a little bit, waiting for cooldowns. They are. So our goal is to push around 250. And if we push in 250, then we're just going into the next phase. Same as whatever, that's it. We'll just focus on this to start. This video is just for P1. If you have questions, comments, concerns, you can ask. Listen to both videos. They'll both show you where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do. And we'll go from there. All right. Perfect. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.